Ladies and gentlemen, we have some groundbreaking news. There is a new rule that is going to change the game in backstroke forever. This is now official in USA Swimming to match the World Aquatics. So whether you compete, or you're just a fan of swimming, this is going to change how backstroke looks forever. And I want to hear what you guys think down below in the comments. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what the new rule is. It's on the finish. We're going to talk about the footage that we see right here. I'm going to give a breakdown and show my analysis of exactly what's going on, what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do. And then I'm going to talk about the implications of this for swimming backstroke and also swimming in general. So if you're not familiar with the rule, typically in backstroke, up until now, you have to swim on top of the water, separate from the first 15 meters. We know swimming is faster underwater, streamline kick, but once you start swimming backstroke, you got to swim backstroke. The new rule basically states, let's kind of go ahead and rewind here, that you can actually fully submerge within the last 5 meters of the race. So you're coming into the wall underneath the flags. Let me go ahead and put this back to the beginning. You can see what I'm talking about. So basically, you can just go back underwater when there's less than 5 meters or 5 yards in a 25-yard pool in USA swimming rules. And that means you can swim right here. You see the swimmer coming in. They're on top of the water, and then they submerge underneath the water. And you can now do this. And you might be thinking, like, why would anyone want to do this? It's because it's faster under the water. We know the underwater streamline kick is the 5th stroke of swimming. And so if you can actually leverage that speed into the finish when you normally can't do that because you only get that in the beginning, the first 15 meters. Well, now this really changes a lot of things because if you think about a pool, especially in yards, a 25-yard pool, if you can go 15 meters underwater on the start, and then you can finish the last 5 meters or 5 yards underwater. We know underwater streamline kick is fast. But does that really mean that the race is really a backstroke race? At this point, it's an underwater streamline race. So this is going to have huge implications. I want to hear what you guys think down below in the comments. And I actually want to break down a few different ways that you're going to see swimmers doing this. So right away, this is new, it's developing, but you're going to see 2 different forms. The first form you're going to see, I'm going to play this right here, is someone going back to a streamline position after they've already been swimming. So going into the wall, you're just going to meet back in streamline and start dolphin kicking. So as you can see, the swimmer right here is in a streamline position. The eyes are looking up, and it looks as if this is the backstroke start, how you push off the wall in streamline. This does not look like a finish, but this is what the new finish is going to look like. So then you can see, as this swimmer comes into the wall, they're just streamline kicking all the way into the wall with both hands. So that's one version of it. And I think another version is going to be just with the one arm extended. So you can see right here, this arm is extended. The eyes are still looking up, and the wall is about right here. And this swimmer is going to finish dolphin kicking with one arm. Now, typically, you'd be disqualified if even just your toe isn't sticking out of the water. And this has been controversy before in other races. The swimmer gets disqualified because they were fully submerged. And I believe that's why this rule was actually put into place, to prevent swimmers from being disqualified from something like that. But I think the way they had to word this to apply basically from the flags to the wall is going to make this really, really interesting. I don't really know how else to put it other than interesting, because this can dramatically change the scope of how a 50 or 100 meter backstroke is even performed. I mean, really, this is going to change how swimming is done in backstroke forever. So assuming this goes through at the NCAA level, you know, we're going to see people adapt their stroke and their races in a way that we've never seen this before. So here's an example of the swimmer finishing with just the one arm, and let's just watch that. Here it is again. So you can see a lot of speed, a lot of tempo, passes the flags, and then goes right into a single arm streamline. There you see both arms. Shout out to the swimsuit guy repurposing some of his stuff, and also swim like a fish. So really good perspective here. You can see what that looks like. Here it is in slow motion into the streamline, and then just dolphin kicking all the way into the wall. I mean, this is really, I want to hear what you guys think in the comments. Do you think this is a good idea, bad idea? Is this stupid? I mean, we saw this in about maybe 20 years ago with the breaststroke pullout. Before, you couldn't do any dolphin kick. Swimmers like Ksebati of Japan were phenomenal, and they added a dolphin kick, and then they changed the rule, and now everyone does a dolphin kick, and you can do a dolphin kick whenever you feel like. So it's really, really fascinating to see how the underwater dolphin kick has influenced breaststroke. It's obviously influenced backstroke. Back in the 1980s, swimmers were really leveraging that underwater streamlined dolphin kick and going 25, 35 meters underwater, and they had to institute the 15-meter rule. That's been about 30 years since then. And now let's go ahead and just read the rule. This is the USA Swimming update. So it says, additionally, once some part of the head of the swimmer has passed the 5-meter mark in long course and short course meters, or the 5-yard mark, short course yards, immediately prior to reaching the finish, so basically from the flags to the wall, the swimmer may be completely submerged to the touch. I mean, this is just mind-blowing to think that you can even... The first time I saw this video, I was like, nah, that can't be right. And then I'm like, wait, this isn't a joke? And so I'm watching swimmers do this, and I really think this is going to change the way that people swim, because if you train to do this, you will be faster. The thing is, people aren't going to be faster immediately simply because of the fact that you're not trained to do this. You're faster over the water because that's what you're trained to do. But if you train to transition from above water swimming to the submersion, absolutely that's going to be faster. And if you think about a 50-yard backstroke race, the top swimmers are going to go 15 meters on the breakout, carry momentum into the wall, underwater 15 meters, and then the last 5 meters are underwater again. So we're going to see, the 15-meter rule apply to the last 5 meters, as you see right here. Now, you might be thinking, well, is this going to affect the NCAA? This is where you see the fastest swimmers who have these underwaters. Is it going to translate? So here's what they have to say about that. The NCAA swimming and diving rules change every 2 years. And again here, January 2023. Now here's the important thing. There's the College Swimming Coaches Convention in May. And then there's a consideration for adoption by the Rules Committee. And that's going to happen in May. So the newly adopted rules will be included in the 2023 to 2024 and 2024 to 2025 rule book. And that's going to be released later this year. So we don't know if this is actually going to be implemented in the NCAA. If I'm butchering the rules, let me know down below in the comments. But this is just an overview of what we can expect to see. And this is really, really interesting to see it play out in front of our very eyes, because we're watching the sport develop before our eyes. Like this normally, I don't know. I feel like at this point, I'm kind of at a loss of words to see it happen in competition. And that's the exciting thing. So we have a chance to innovate the sport and to really push the boundaries. So we're clearly, maybe we're pushing the boundaries, maybe we're breaking boundaries. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this analysis, you're probably going to like a video I did on how to do the perfect backstroke start. I did it with Ayman. We were in Thailand. It was amazing. He is a phenomenal backstroker, phenomenal athlete, and you can get a step-by-step process on how that plays out. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check it out. We'll link it down below. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Is this going to stick around? Are we going to see new world records? Is it a bunch of baloney? I'll wait to hear what you guys think. Wish you the best.